Hello, my name is Wendy Joseph, and I'm here with my good friend Robert Foster. And we are here to entice you to come to one of the best preserved and renowned Grand Army of the Republic halls in the country, in, you guessed it, Lynn, Massachusetts, to hear Robert's lecture on the Confederate flag, symbol of hate, not heritage. Bob Foster is the author of the book Blue is Just a Word, is vice president of Lynn's General Lander Civil War Roundtable, a lifetime member of the Lincoln Group of Gettysburg, vice president of the Lincoln Group of Boston, and past session musician for a major record label in London, England. And you're going to have to read his book to get that story. Welcome, Robert.
Thank you.
So tell us how you came to be such a student of history, and why do you think it's so important to look back?
I think I inherited it from my mom. My mom was a great history teacher in the Lynn school system, and she always instilled in my brothers and I that if we want to understand why the world is the way it is, history is the key.
Very, very good. Where did she teach?
She taught at Breed Junior High School for almost 20 years.
And her name was?
Marilyn Foster.
Marilyn Foster, very good.
And my dad was an aeronautic engineer at General Electric, but he also, in later life, got his master's degree in philosophy. And I wish I inherited half their intelligence. But I did inherit their curiosity.
Absolutely, quite a household. So for right now, why did you choose to speak on this subject of the Confederate flag? And why do you think it's so important to have this discussion in this day and age?
If it's okay, I'd like to read a statement.
Yes.
As unpleasant as the Confederate flag is, the Civil War and the Confederate flag are two things no American should be wrong about. Because when we're wrong about them, we can be wrong about everything. The question today is the Confederate flag a symbol of heritage or hate? Well, there's really no way around it. History proves emphatically that it is both, because it represented the political and religious philosophies of slavery. And because the lifeblood of slavery is bigotry, racism, greed, hypocrisy, and ignorance, it is a symbol of those things too. But I'd like to add another element to the equation. Abraham Lincoln said that slavery comes from the meanness within the heart of man. So if that is true, and it is, the Confederate flag is a symbol of the most extreme form of cruelty America has ever allowed. Lincoln said, if slavery is not wrong, nothing is. While his opponent in the Confederacy, Jefferson Davis, said slavery is a sacred blessing from God. Lincoln said that when it comes to understanding slavery, the voice of the slave is the only voice that matters. It's why he listened so intensely to Frederick Douglass. Finally, Lincoln said there are only two ways that the arguments of the South can make sense. Number one, you must convince yourself that a slave is not a human being. And number two, if you can't do that, you must convince yourself that there's nothing wrong with one person owning another. The difference between the United States flag, which was the Union flag during the Civil War, is that the Stars and Stripes, as imperfect as it is dedicated to the proposition that all people are created equal. The Confederacy, which claimed to be the most perfect social order yet to evolve by mankind, fought under the Confederate flag, boasting proudly to the world that all men and women are not created equal. On September 14th, at 7:30 at the GAR Museum on 58 Andrews Street, I'll go into historical and personal reasons for why these things are true. I'll also address the issues of states' rights, secession, the abandonment of democracy in the American South, and the tragedy of the American Holocaust, which is slavery.
Wonderful. I cannot wait. Thank you, Robert Foster. Again, my name is Wendy Joseph. Come see what all the fuss is about September 14th, 7:30 p.m. at the GAR Hall, 58 Andrews Street in Lynn. Thank you so much.
Thank you.